would make short film content, and it was like short films or skits and stuff, and it gave you a chance for directors or producers or someone to see it and then possibly cast you in something. So that was kind of what that was like my end goal. I'm like, okay, if I make something, and also I created roles for myself that I wanted to play. So my channel was like action cool stuff where I could I would guerrilla style everything. Obviously I didn't have the budgets, but I would be like running down the street and someone's chasing me. So I feel like it also gave me like a creative outlet and like mentally helped me too.
In terms of your creativity, where do you draw inspiration from? What inspires you to do the next thing?
Everything. I actually have like a little notepad, like the Notes app on my phone. And I just have to have that because I get random inspiration no matter where I am. Like I'll be like sitting eating and I'm like, oh wait, I just get like a random idea come into my head. Or my boyfriend, obviously. You always get inspo from him, from your spouse or relationship you're in. But yeah, we're watching a lot of movies, and I pull inspiration from so many places. So yeah, it's just kind of whatever comes, I write it down. It's super important because sometimes I'll like think of an idea and then I'll forget it. So I have to keep like a journal or my notepad and just grow my ideas from there.
That's good advice.
Yeah, right? Or like dreams is a huge one.
Really?
I'm like a huge, I
That's cool.
literally put my phone aside, put it on airplane mode because I find that I stop dreaming, which is, I don't know if this happens or if it's true or tested or not, but I stopped dreaming for so long because I would have my like phone or like I feel like devices, I don't know, help stop that. So anyway, so I sleep with like my phone on airplane mode and a journal next to me. So when I do have like a really vivid dream or something, I've built like a whole film idea based on
That's amazing.
On a dream that I remembered having one morning.
What do you think of concept and this whole place? What does that mean to you?
I mean, I think it's amazing. I wish I had this when I first started, let me tell you, because it would have helped a lot of headache that I had to go through. And also, honestly, like it helps people stay local.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm from Toronto and I love the city. I love that I'm Canadian. I'm very prideful about that. And I would have never left to LA had it been not for my career. So I think it's great what they're doing for the city and keeping everyone local and just kind of supporting each other, building a little community for everyone. I would have loved to do that. Whenever I started.
I liked your whole thing during the conversation that you were out on the street basically meeting with people to collaborate.
Yeah, like, I mean, sourcing out things, like sourcing out videographers, sourcing out like who's going to be in your video. I luckily had a network of people because I went to like an acting class and I met a person that was in social media and then like he introduced me to everyone. Shout out to Melvin because he was the one that actually introduced me to everyone who was like doing social media and doing YouTube and doing Vine and doing Instagram content. So once I was introduced to all other creatives, it was like a breeze because you're just bouncing ideas off of each other and helping each other formulate different stories and concepts. So and like being in each other's videos, you end up forming a web and then you're promoting each other. And so I feel like that's huge.
What do you wish that someone had told you years ago that you now wish you could pass on to more creatives that they could think about?
That it's a full-time job. That's what I was telling her. I was like, it's not like you plug in up like 1 hour and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna just go viral and this is gonna happen. Like no, even TikToks. I feel like now the new trend is like TikToks and. Like for me, I tried like learning a dance one time. Like, okay, this takes like hours. It takes a lot of time. So I feel like definitely consistency and knowing the amount of hours it's going to take. It's a full-time job.
Well, fitting that in with your career, being an actor too.
Yeah, like having
is
the
that
balance.
Challenging to balance?
Well, so now I've had my YouTube channel take like the back end because I'm focusing more on like my scripted podcast and my projects. I'm writing a comic book and a book too. So I'm just like, I love the creative process and writing and creating is like my favorite thing. Also creating the roles and then wanting to star in them, obviously. But also like I will use my platforms to promote my own projects. So it's like having the balance of keeping your engagement and keeping like feeding into it still and posting, but then also working on your passion projects on the side. I think that's super important.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, last thing I'll ask you is, are you I know you dropped that you were working on something that you're
Yeah, I'm like
launching.
September 15th. My little plug. Yeah, I'm doing a scripted podcast called Zaya.
That's cool.
I wrote it from scratch. Honestly, it was a lot more work than I thought. I feel like I pretty much wrote a 6-episode show.
Wow.
Because it's 30 minutes each episode. I had to write the script with my co-writer, who's actually here, Ankish. He's Canadian, obviously, so we would Zoom call over COVID and like literally be going through so many writing drafts, and I feel like we literally wrote a show. So now, I actually sold it to Realm, so they're going to be our official distributor, and I hope to turn it into a show one day.
That's cool.
Soon.
What's it about?
It's about a Middle Eastern female who's from Brooklyn, and it's kind of like a female Taken, is how I like to refer it
Interesting.
as. Her brother gets kidnapped, and she's like on the quest to bring him back. She forms a cool little vigilante squad that's going to help her get him back.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Thank
action-based,
you.
obviously. Oh my God, my passion is action, so.
That's cool. Well, thank you so much. It's amazing.
Thank you so much.